The TFCA concept, the Transfrontier Conservation Area concept, is something that originated in the early 2000s, and the GLTFCA, the Great Limpopo TFCA, in which we're working, was actually signed into being in 2002 between the heads of state of South Africa, Mozambique and Zimbabwe. And the idea was that it would link large protected areas, including Kruger National Park in South Africa, Limpopo National Park, Benin and Zanav National Parks in Mozambique, with Gonarezhou National Park in Zimbabwe.
The Sengwe communal area in Zimbabwe, home to some 8,500 households, lies within the Sengwe Chipese corridor, linking Gonarezhou and Kruger National Parks. Poverty, food insecurity and human-wildlife conflict form a familiar part of the community's daily landscape.
The first challenge is in living within the Sengwe corridor, in the Sengwe communal land, is human and the wildlife conflict. The animals, they come and raid crops. So most of the people, they lose crops to the wildlife.
If I manage to, let me say, I've put my farming at least an hectare or 2 hectares. So now, if elephants come and they destroy, because the moment they enter into the field, they really destroy. And then if they destroy, that will be finished. And then the farmer will remain empty. They still will go back to his home with nothing.
The area falls within Natural Region 5, with a very hot, dry climate prone to recurrent drought and frequent crop failures.
The rainfall pattern around our Region 5 is poor. It's very hot and we have little rain. So we try just to grow crops that are resistant to drought.
Investment into alternative livelihoods and professionally managed irrigation would help to alleviate food insecurity and reduce human-wildlife conflict.
If there's unplanned cropping within the landscape, this occludes wildlife migration routes, and it brings wildlife into conflict with humans. Wildlife come across, they hit this cordon of fields, they start crop raiding, it creates conflict.
We have to come up with the good farming methods, irrigation schemes, paddocking for livestock, so that we can have something the answer to the hunger.
In 2018, the governments of Zimbabwe and South Africa agreed to begin work on a new border crossing directly linking Kruger Park with Gonarezhou. The Manjinji Community Tourism and Conservation Project, funded by the European Union, with additional support from USAID, seeks to establish community-owned, nature-based tourism facilities at attractive destinations like Manjinji Pan, so as to maximize the opportunities the new border crossing will bring.
The positioning of Manjinji is ideal within the context of the linkage between Kruger National Park and Gonarezhou. It's about a halfway point. It's a nice, easy 80-kilometer drive from Pafuri in the north of Kruger for a tourism stopover site at Manjinji and as a stepping stone to Gonarezhou. So it adds some community element, cultural element, beautiful environment for birding, fishing, etc. And as we develop it, it will translate into meaningful income generation for that community.
People can survive using tourism because we've got very nice sites from the communities. If you go to areas like Mashawi, coming to Manjinji Pen, you go to areas like Dumisa, go to Chiklopwanini, those are good sites for tourism. So if we can have tourism done effectively, 100% we are going to benefit.
By bringing a better capacity for food production through irrigation or livelihoods through alternative means like tourism, that can help to offset the imperative of dryland cropping, such that some of those croplands can be rehabilitated, corridors can be opened up, and the landscape can be deconflicted, that wildlife can move and people can benefit from the amelioration of that conflict.